Welcome to the Intensification Lessons for Classroom Use overview. These lessons are part of the Instructional Intensification Implementation Toolkit and provide materials for increasing the intensity of reading instruction and intervention for students who are not making desired progress towards their goals. The lessons are intended for first and second grade students who need intensive intervention in blending CVC words. This is a specific group who need instruction that is heavily focused on phonics and decoding. These lessons are definitely not the only way to intensify instruction, and are just one example of how instruction in phonics and decoding may be intensified for students who need it. What will you learn? You'll learn how to use these intensification lessons to target early reading skills. In this toolkit, you're provided with a teacher guide, teacher flip charts, and student workbook. These lessons are designed to provide catch-up support for first and second grade students who have not mastered kindergarten reading skills. There are 50 lessons, or 10 weeks, covering kindergarten reading content. The lessons are delivered using explicit instructional techniques with added scaffolds when necessary. This instruction can be delivered in a small group, 3 to 5 students, or individually. The focus of these lessons is on blending CVC words and supporting students to produce correct letter sounds, consonants, and short vowels, blend and read basic high-frequency words and CVC words with accuracy and fluency, read decodable text with accuracy and fluency, correctly write and spell basic high-frequency words and CVC words, be prepared to read texts with more complex sound spellings. Use visual cue charts to follow routines and procedures. Use positive statements when reflecting on their own reading performance. Where to start? First, gather the materials needed. You'll find these listed out on page 3 of the teacher guide. You'll need the teacher guide, printed out on paper, the teacher flip charts, printed out on cardstock, student workbooks, 1 copy printed out on paper for each student, sound spelling cards from your core program. These are cards with a sound, the letter or letters that make that sound, a picture to help represent that sound, and the word that corresponds with the picture. 1 pencil for each student, a marker with the cap a different color than the body of the marker, interlocking cubes, and a lined whiteboard, marker, and eraser for teacher demonstrations. Now that you have all the materials gathered, you should read through the teacher guide. You should be familiar with everything in the teacher guide so that you can keep up a perky pace during your lessons. During your read-through of the teacher guide, make sure to reference a hard copy of the flip charts or workbook whenever they're included in a lesson to help you fully understand how they are used. Check the teacher flip charts to see the actual words and sounds presented in each activity, and reference the teacher guide for the instructions and teacher talk to accompany each activity. Practice the activities for 3 lessons with another adult pretending to be a student. You can use lessons 1, 25, and 50. Practice correcting errors. Notice that successful use of these materials requires knowledge of common sounds of letters and letter combinations. Finally, when preparing to work with actual students, preview the lesson and make sure that all needed materials are organized before students are present. This will help ease the transition from one activity to the next and help to keep students on track. Get started at the beginning of the lesson in the teacher guide and follow the instructions for each activity. We hope you found this short instructional video useful. You can find the intensification lessons for classroom use in the Instructional Intensification Toolkit at improvingliteracy.org/kit. Thanks for watching.